joined in today. As always, I'm very excited to have this session. On behalf of HRFI, I'm Ankita, welcoming all the guests and the participants for the evening. As we know, today's topic is something we all are looking forward to. Today is our 37th webinar, and the topic is something, being an HR, we are focusing on, which is championing the empathy and productivity. Now, before we proceed further, a little introduction about HRFI. HRFI, which we all know is Human Resource Federation of India, is basically an HR family, and we are very closely bonded. By now, we are 29,000 members across all the platforms. We have WhatsApp groups, LinkedIn, YouTube Connect, Instagram Connect, and Facebook. So altogether, it's a family of 29,000 members. And it is this entire committee is being founded and managed by Mumbai with a team of board of members who are there and managing and controlling this entire committee. The motto of founding or continuing the journey in HRFI is to share and create an equal platform for this HR fraternity so that we can learn together, we can develop ourselves, we can share the promising practices. It is basically an initiative wherein we all should grow together, and just not by doing any competition, but in a way wherein we can give an equal opportunity, across gender, across domain, across industry and sectors, to give that sense of achievement and create that sense of satisfaction in our roles. Now, HRFI been conducting seminars in different metro cities so far, but as we know that the pandemic hit it very bad, India in this March 2020, we also taken the opportunity to utilize the digital platform to its best, and we started doing the webinars. And in this webinars, this is our 37th webinar. We thank all the leaders, we thank the eminent guests who helped us, coming into this platform with their knowledge. They have enlightened us, helped us tackling the situations or fighting the battles which we were facing so far. Now, I'm very much happy and proud to share that throughout in this 36th webinar, we have almost 20,000 plus participants who participated actively in this platform. And when I say participation, is just not logging in and being there. It's about posting their queries, connecting us, post the training session with us, requesting for, say, connecting sessions. So these are the kind of participation that we have got from this group. And for that, I think it is something we all should celebrate, because it is something which is commendable, and no one has seen such big success in any of the HR groups so far. Now, we thank our partner for the evening, that is Sharp HRD. Before I go ahead and introduce the dynamic and dazzling guest for the evening, I would like to play the AV that we have from our partner, which is Sharp HRD. Here we go.
Ankita, there is no background music. No, we are not able to hear anything.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Ankita, you would have to share the computer audio too.
Yeah, I shared the computer sound.
You've shared the image, but not the audio.
Yeah.
I'm playing it once again. Can you please confirm? Is it coming
Yes,
now?
now it's
Well, thank you once again, Sharp HRD, for being our partner for the evening. Now, as Rao Saib sir always loved giving me the difficult tasks, so and I think this is the most toughest thing he has given me so far, introducing someone. Someone is playing my... Sir, the recording voice is on.
Which one?
Yeah, now it's okay. I was hearing my own voice.
Oh.
Okay, so as I was saying that I'm being given the most difficult task introducing someone who actually don't need any introduction. But then still, as the part of formality, I will definitely go ahead and do that. So first of all, thank you so much and very much welcome and good evening, sir. I'm welcoming ASISH VIDYARTHI sir to our forum today. And we are extremely honored and privileged to have you with us today in this seminar. Now, I'll talk a little about sir. Sir hit the first sixer in his first movie in the year of 94-95, which is Drohakal, and he got national award for that. And after that, the success followed and he did 200 movies. Now, 200 movies and that too in 11 languages. I think that is something which is just...
Ankita, go on. We can hear you. We can hear you. Please go on. Don't stop.
Yes. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah.
Loud and clear. Please go on.
Okay. Just one second. There is some background voice which was coming in. Okay. So as I was talking about, sir, like the success followed and he did almost 200 plus movies and that too in 11 languages. So that is something I'm at least very much excited to know, that how someone can cope up with 11 languages. He's a co-founder of ASISH VIDYARTHI and Associates. He has delivered Avid Minor bespoke interventions for more than 200 organizations, which are all the brands we are very much aware of, like Bosch, Wipro, HSBC, Mahindra and Mahindra, MetLife, Maruti Suzuki, Tata Motors, amongst others, and the list is long. He believes life is an opportunity, asking us reinvent continually to make the most of it. Wonderful. Have a great evening as he engages with you and your dreams. Something very important which I noticed while I was going through sir's journey is like, he started with in history, he joined Hindu college, then he joined the theater there, then he followed his dreams one after another, and he always challenged life with something new. All of us understand, like generally most of us are very much jittery in terms of shifting gear, but when I see his life journey and when I see his career path, he always took challenges and did diverse things. So we are absolutely honored to have you, and we are really waiting eagerly to hear it from you on that. We have another family member, and that's how I would like to introduce him. That's our moderator for the evening, Mr. SAHIL NAYAR. He's a friend of HRFI, as I said, and the youngest member on its managing committee. Over the last few years, he has brought a fresh perspective to its member through various sessions that he designs or participated in. HRFI members continue talking about him weeks after his session, which is very commonly we all have observed. A double graduate in management and law, a double postgraduate in HR and marketing. Sahil is a certified MBTI and NLP practitioner. Being a certified design thinker, he loves flirting with his ideas as he designs prototypes. A regular columnist in leading HR magazines, his thought leadership under the name #HRBytes goes viral on LinkedIn within a couple of hours of his post. Do feel free to follow him there. He currently serves as a Senior Associate Director for HR at KPMG and is a renowned visiting faculty at various IIM and IITs across the country. He truly believes you're really get what you got when others get what you got. Sit back and enjoy the beautiful behavioral scientist cast his spell. Now, I have just shown the trailer of this movie. Now for this actual movie, I'm handing it over to our moderator and an amazing speaker for the evening. That's our guest, Ashish sir and Sahil Nayar. Over to you, Sahil.
Great, Ankita. Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. Ashish, a very, very warm welcome to HRFI and this session today. Namaskar. An absolute pleasure to have you. We have 350 participants and the number keeps increasing as we move on. We're going to have a wonderful conversation with you in the next 1.5 hours. And maybe what we will do is open it up for questions for the audience as we move along with this conversation. So each one of you, as you have some thoughts that cross your mind, as you sit back on your recliners on a wonderful Saturday evening, pen down your questions on the chat. Rao Sahib and team will have a look at them and bring them to us as we really open this up for each one of you. We'll be more than happy to even open up your lines as we take this forward. So with that, without further ado, Ashish, let's get started. We've been hearing you for a number of years. We've seen you on silver screen. From silver screen, we've seen you on a Zoom screen now. Life has really come a long way. And I wanted to understand from you, why don't you talk to us a little bit about your journey that really started from Hindu college, moving to silver screen, moving to the Zoom screen, and how through these various changes, what did it really take to be extraordinary?
So, बहुत shukriya, Sahil. Thank you very much, Rao Sahib. Thank you so much, Ankita. And I'm very happy to meet all of you at HRFI. So first of all, it's a privilege to interact with a set of professionals who for me are managing human achievement. And it is inside of the question that you asked me, Sahil. Critically, all of us, between the time that we are born and the time that we die, it is a certain game that we set out for ourselves, my friend. It was very, very important for you to kind of set out a game. Would you like to spotlight me so that people can see me, Rao Sahib? You can spotlight me so that it's otherwise not lost. So there's something called Spotlight. You can just put it on Spotlight.
Sure, sir.
You can experience it. All right. Otherwise, it just kind of goes from here.
Sahilji, can you just do the...
All right. Yeah, they will do it. All right. So Devjani Guha says, I'm not audible. Am I audible to you guys? A few people are saying it's not audible. Probably you will need to dial in with your audio from your phone. Okay, it is audible to quite a few people.
Many say it's audible.
For those for whom it is inaudible, you're probably on the phone. Choose a different dial-in option. All right. So coming back to your question, Sahil. So between the point that we are born and we die, there comes a very interesting part that we suddenly realize that we have a role in life to play. All right. Now, role in life to play is a very heavy word. Basically, it says you got to pay your way through life. Okay, you got to pay for food, or you got to pay for things. Somebody needs to take care of yourself. All right, you need to take care of things. So when that realization happens, and for me, I began my journey in Delhi. I was born in Karol Bagh. I was born in Willingdon Hospital, and then staying in Karol Bagh, and then moved to different parts, moved to Lakshmi Nagar. And that's a tale that, it'll have another moment for me to share that. But the point is that I led a very sheltered life for a very long period of my life. In fact, this morning when I was on a curation call that we got that, I think I was around 30 when I stepped out of home. It's unbelievable. Can you believe it? That you step out of home in any other culture, it'll be an anathema. What? But for me, really, I led a sheltered life, being taken care of by my parents who were retired, and my mother was taking extension after extension just to take care of me, and I was interested in theater and stuff like that, and a huge amount of internal struggle to what to do and how can I support. So for me, a key thing that happened is that as I looked around myself, I was surrounded by people, so many people. And I realized many years back that either I try and win a race which everyone else is running, or I find one for myself. And that's what I call the quest that each one of us has of being extraordinary. And extraordinary is actually, if you can just put it very, very simply in words, just look at it. It's not just ordinary. And ordinary is like, ordinary. Okay. It is okay. I've done it. That's ordinary. Now, ordinary is overlooked. Hello, were you there? Sorry? Oh, acha, were you there? Okay. Oh, acha, acha. Okay, did you live? Were you around? Oh, okay. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't even notice. Now, that is something which is at the core of my conversation. So when I reach out to people and when I reach out to myself, I realize that the human being, each one of us, actually sets out to be extraordinary. Extraordinary, not the ordinary. Because
right.
the way out from where we are is by standing out. It's like standing out. You know, it's an example that I give to people. I said that, you know, for example, right now, I mean, like, how many people are there? We've got about 350 plus people. And just a quick question to all of you, okay? And you may answer in the chat, all right? So are you ready to answer my question in the chat? Because this is a conversation. It's not a speech, all right? Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, now a quick question, all right? And tell me, how many of us attending here today, like to be judged? How many of us here like to be judged? Come on. No. Oh, all right. Ooh, it's kind of burning up. No. Not me. No way. Got it. Fantastic. Got it. Fantastic. You don't like to be judged. I got it, my friend. Thank you for being truthful, okay? Really truthful. That's it. HR, not at all. I get it. Manasi Joshi, Vikas Verma, Mansi Joshi again. Got it. Regular Sandeep. Got it. I got that, Jeet. I got that. Fantastic. No way. I don't like to be judged. Okay, now the quick second one, all right? Ready for the second one? Are you ready for the second one? You ready for the second one? All right. Now the good answers are coming up. No, it is always good to get feedback. Don't give me that nonsense. Huh? You don't like to be judged. Right.
A lovely answer that's come up, Ashish, is someone said we love judging others.
Yeah, I was coming to it. Now tell me honestly, how many of you are here judging me at this very moment? This very moment. What's this Ashish Vidyarthi doing? Why have the HRFI called him? Film actor. I believe he gives talks. Why have they called him? Thank you. Who's not a lie? Yes, thank you. Don't lie. Don't lie. That's the game that we are in, yeah? We are also checking out Sahil. Ankita ne bola bahut hai, kuch karta kya ki karta kya? Let us see what he does today. Let me just see. Sahil aaj kya karta hai? बहुत हो रही है उसकी. बहुत आज की बात. राव साहब का बस देखते क्या था अंकिता क्या समझती है आज HRFI 37 कर. My friends, a key thing that you get as an actor, and I'm very lucky, very lucky that I'm an actor. You know what? An actor stands out. An actor is used to being judged through his life. Through my life, dear friend. Yes, Padmalaya, mother. Through my life. Through any life of an actor, the actor is judged. An actor decides very early in their life that I don't care. I'm letting you into a secret. Actor basically says, I don't care. Because I'm going to stand out. I'm not going to be lost in the crowd. And I am inviting you to one thought at this very moment, dear friend. Imagine what is available to each one of us if we don't care what people judge us for. Because they will in any case judge you. They'll find you and say, where are you hidden? Okay, why are you hidden? Imagine if we, in our quest to be extraordinary, we are okay to be judged. Because if you dare to stand out, you will be judged. And if you don't dare to stand out, you're not even noticed. You don't count. Yes, this is a finger in the eye conversation, because I engage in conversations that make a difference, not just with sound good. So for me, therefore, that need and the want to be extraordinary has to be supported by my will to be open to be judged. Because as I stand here, I have to really get, and when I say I, dear friend, first of all, I'll keep saying I. Remember, I want you to listen to you as an I, you as an I. The person who's sitting there, relaxed. I really want to get, it's the question, this is not a conversation about this guy or that guy, that bearded guy. No, this conversation is about the I who's sitting where you are. So imagine, I just want you to look into this. Isn't it true, dear friend, that you really, really want to be extraordinary? And something over the years has told you, okay, yaar, theek hai, just manage. And consider for a moment, that is something which I want to ruffle today in this conversation. Because all terms which are in any way recognized, they're just terms, which we also call jargon. But what really touches, what pains, is the present personal experience. And I love to deal with personal experience because it's only personal experience which actually can motivate me, can actually trigger me to get into action. So this conversation is about each one of us, you sitting there, I sitting here, each one of us who's listening to it, being in a position, taking a stand for that I will be committed to doing things which are extraordinary. And therefore, what I'm saying is that the very fact that you people are here is a reflection of that urge of yours. That kuch aur karna hai dost. So for me, it began in Delhi. In the year, I was 92, I left Delhi and came over to Mumbai to become a Hindi film actor. From there, over the years, moved to 11 different destinations, 11 different cultures, and made films all over. And for me, it was also a point of finding my different self-expression continuous. It's kind of being the rolling stone. And again, everything that I'm saying, consider for a moment, it is that each one of us is a rolling stone. The conversation that I love to engage with, and usually when we listen and we curate conversation for corporates, one of the things that we keep doing is that, look, we have not arrived there. Imagine that none of us have arrived there unless we think in our mind that we have arrived there, and that's static thereafter. The world is moving, but you and I are static if we have arrived there. My conversation is about arriving, about moving, about reaching. This conversation is about en route, and en route being extraordinary is what this conversation is all about. Sahil.
Fantastic. I think, Ashish, you've done a great job of getting everyone hooked on, really seeing how it is a continuous present, how it is about moving, arriving. I think the whole concept of extraordinary, Ashish, has undergone a massive change in the last 6-7 months. At HRFI, we've done multiple such sessions with leading speakers over the last 6-7 months. And Ashish, what we've really seen is someone who was extraordinary pre-corona. During these last 6-7 months, many of them have slipped away. Many people who were just about average have significantly stepped up in these times and really shown their true mettle. If you have to contextualize this to being extraordinary in challenging times, in difficult times, in moments that are unprecedented, that are new, that are different, and relate it back to your own story of moving from the silver screen to entering the world of human resources, working with corporates, from working with Bollywood, from working with people who look at every single penny or every single motivation aspect or every single conversation that matters so much, to going back to theater, to going back to Bollywood, where every line can make an impact and the synonym being there, vis-a-vis the audience being different, right? how do you really look at extraordinary in these two different spectrums?
So you touched a very valid point, and consider, Sahil, I'm again going out of the world of jargon. Imagine this. Something amazing is only created when you're pushed. You're pushed and you will do something. Trust me, if I imagine that I didn't have to work at all, I have a feeling I wouldn't have worked, my friend. I don't know about you, but I'm telling you that everything is sorted now. Jo karna sab sorted, main nahi kaam karna. Okay. Now here is a very interesting part. Okay, and I'm being the devil's advocate in it, but I really want us to get this. Consider for a moment, dear friend. Whole lot of us have arrived and reached a particular place already. People in this room already have reached somewhere. So there is actually काफी कुछ मिला हुआ है. समझ रहे हैं आप? बहुत कुछ मिला हुआ है. अब उस मिले हुए के बीच में, can you still have the hunger? Is the question. It's what I call having hunger amidst abundance. It's an entire workshop of ours. We call it the hunger workshop. Okay, now what is hunger? If I may put it very, very straight with you. Hunger is your ability to do things without motivation. You don't need motivation if you're hungry, my friend. Just to let you know, since I'm hungry, I wake up early. I've worked in whatever time that is required. Just tell me, this is just a what? It's a symposium. We're speaking to some people, right? Can you just tell the people how many calls you and I have had, and Rao Sahib have had just for this call, just for this talk? That's the hunger, my friend. That's the hunger. Because it's not that we're not going to do anything average. Now, hunger for me is to be created. Because food ka hunger humko aa jata hai, thirst humko aa jata hai. That's not a problem. We're there. Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm thirsty. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Pani pina. Ek se na, I'm thirsty, therefore I drank. No, wait, yeah, I have to drink water. Do you have that hunger for your work? That hunger for life? That's the question. Nothing will stop. You'll do anything to get the food. You'll do anything to get that sip of water. What happens when you come onto the world? You're being paid, huh? यार increment नहीं मिला है. हाँ मजा नहीं है. आज किसी से बात हो रही थी मेरी साथ. Starting with me, हाँ यार ठीक है, मतलब काम है, but no increment यार. मतलब मुझे रीजन ही नहीं मिल रहा काम करूं. मैंने कहा कान के नीचे लगा जोर से लगा. मैंने कहा बेटा एम्प्लॉयड है ना, बहुत नाटक कर रहा है. मेरे जैसे से पूछ. You know, people like us are blessed. Just to let you all know, we are blessed because we are self-employed. We don't take employment for granted, my dear friend. It's a conversation that I had very strongly at conventions, with organizations. Hey guys, wake up. Wake up said, you're lucky that you're employed. If you're employed, congratulations. Because people like us have to seek employment each day. That's the hunger. And my question is, can you have the hunger to have the raison d'être to wake up each day and to create something afresh, create something of value? Because life is very clear. Life is very, very clear. If you do not add value, life won't be adding value to you. So it's directly related as far as I'm concerned. Directly related. Any move of yours is to do with you expanding your impact. If you want to expand your impact, you do something, otherwise you don't.
No, I think Ashish very beautifully put, because the whole concept of hunger keeps people alive. And we've seen many, many stories over the years of people from very humble backgrounds, from the hinterland of India, coming up and creating great stories, building great successes, great empires, solely because of hunger. Yep. I think so very, very beautifully put. But you know, as you were mentioning about hunger and the whole continuum that you were talking about, my mind went to the concept of saying, in the quest for hunger, do we die hungry?
Sure. Oh, that's a good one. It's a very, very good one.
Ashish, बहुत बारी ऐसे हो जाता है that we say, I want that. By the time I get to that, oh, I want that. By the time I get to that, I want that.
Yeah.
and we don't end up enjoying those small moments of happiness. Okay, I've got my bread for today. Let me thank the Lord. I'll get up again tomorrow and I'll again be hungry.
All right.
How does one really satiate themselves with those small moments of happiness, which can be very gratifying to build renewed hunger for tomorrow?
So here is a very good one, okay? So it's good that you brought it up, okay? Sahil, really appreciate it. Because you'll have to listen to me in a context. Context is always the king. Okay, context is always the king. The point of this matter, and in fact, I would have come to it later, but remind me today, later today, I will talk about small victories. And I will talk about gifting victories. So remind me, I will deal with that, okay? And remind me with asking me about gifting yourself victories, all right? But just coming back to this question, now here is the thing, dear friend. Hunger is nothing to do with frustration. Hunger is a want. Hunger, you don't hold it against the world. I take responsibility of my hunger. I first create it, then I take responsibility to fulfill it. There is equanimity in it. It's not कि देखो दुनिया नहीं दे रही, नहीं. ऐसे frustrate होते रहोगे तो दुखी रहोगे दोस्तों. So even in work, as we move, you have to get that it's my privilege that I remain hungry. Just to let you know, somebody like me, okay, many a times my managers, across, and I remember in Hyderabad, my dear manager Nagaraju once said, "Sir, the way you kind of call directors, they think that you're, you're dying for that role." Okay, and one day a producer told them, he said, "Don't ask for money. ASISH VIDYARTHI is dying for that role." So I called up the producer. I said, "Sir," he said, yes sir, we are doing it. And I was telling Nagaraju that how you want the role. I said, "You're absolutely right, sir. I want to do this role, but I'm not dying for it. I want it, but I'm not dying for it." Now that's a very, very interesting thin line. I'm passionate about work. So I'm 55 and I'm hungry, and I spend a lot of time with myself. I do a lot of crazy things. I have a lot of fun. And right now, right after this, a friend of ours is visiting, and we're going to have some very interesting times together. My life is filled with choosing extraordinary moments, but a critical part for me is that my hunger is not. I have to keep making sure that doesn't become a frustration. See, when we create something as an aspiration usually results in frustration. I want your car, Sahil, and I want his house, and I want his position, and I want da 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 da. And now there's a difference between aspiring for and being inspired by. Okay, so when we talk about having competitiveness within teams, what are we doing? We're just creating aspirations and then making people fight with one another. Doesn't solve the case. On the other hand, what really inspires is when people pull each other up. In fact, I call it the two of us. It's like two people, one pulling the other up, then the other one pulling that person up, and then. It's the two of us. It's not like this guy is responsibility and this guy is the weight. No. So when we actually get that my movement is in me delivering more. So it is not for me. It is what can I offer? Now, just to give you an example. If we look at my personal way, as I move from Hindi to 10 other languages, I suddenly saw that I am just enhancing my buffet. So instead of the 15 producers from Hindi who would call me, now 120 producers have an actor that they know. So what we are doing is that you are improving your chances of being a success. And I'm putting it very, very straight. Now just imagine if each individual, as they are operating from wherever they are improving, they are actually looking at their own facets. For too long, we have been looking at ourselves as unifaceted people. Unifaceted. हम लोग सिर्फ यही कर सकते हैं. How about exploring other facets? Because life, and as you said, in this period, all our past phenomenals are over. Just to let you know, I've never, ever, I'm not, a tech savvy person. That was my past. And did something about it. Because that past of mine, hey, I'm not tech savvy, wouldn't work here. Just be a plain story. You'll be bored. Don't bore me, Ashish. So 5th March, I remember we came back from a session with Tata Capital in Goa. And that time also we were joking, all right, sabhi namaste karenge, yeah, and all that had started. Masks had come in, but not really. And I came back from Goa, I landed, and within 3 days, all the sessions in March got cancelled. My shootings got cancelled. We suddenly had an empty diary. Would you believe it, Sahil? In 10 days' time, we all at Avid Minor, we got together and we put out our first online offering in 10 days. I think it was with Ultratech. Now, it needed us to forget about the things that we did. No, yeah, we do 10 sessions a month. Yeah, we are traveling. All right, that's gone. All the yesterday is over. And one of the primary things that, I really am passionate about, that's why I love to interact with HR folks, is that consider you are the people who hire the guy who one day becomes a CEO. Not right now, but one day will become a CEO. Now imagine you are already hiring people and taking care of people who are going to be future ready, because the future is not known today, my friend. Otherwise, you and I will be soothsayers. This period, this fantastic period which has happened now, has told us very clearly. It is actually, I call it the Big Bang. It's not evolution, it's like, pop, change, kahani khatam. So therefore, this does require you to really go faster, quicker than you ever did. Therefore, I'm saying age is a myth. Age is a myth, dear friend. It's what you really want to take responsibility for. And therefore, I'm excited about life because I take responsibility that thing that I wish to accomplish. So every person who's listening into this conversation, you and I, we have some things that we really wish to accomplish in our life. Yes or yes? Are we there? Yes or yes? Do we want to accomplish some things or not? Yes or yes? Fantastic. Absolutely. Yes, Major Kanchan. Yes, Soumya. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Carol. Absolutely. Now, guess who's going to do that? Not that best uncle, not that boss, no one. It's just me. I am going to do it. And once I get that I am going to do it, then I'm not going to hold it against the world that the world doesn't care. The person the buck stops here, dear friends. The buck stops here. And when the buck stops here, I'm now free. Just to let you know one very, very interesting thing. Imagine a world where you do not have anyone to complain to. Imagine. Where you have no one to complain to. Kisko complain karoge? No, I will tell them. There is no one to tell. This complete peace. I read that. Somebody said solace. Yes, there is solace. Some years back, I took away my right to complain. Really, I took away my right. And I told my friends that I do not have the right to complain. So you know what? When I complain, they tell me, hey, you're complaining. In fact, I have just now told all of you that I do not have the right to complain. If you ever catch me complaining, tell me. I'm complaining. Remember, you and I are extraordinary, in our quest to be extraordinary, we have never to forget that we are ordinary people who are committed to be extraordinary. So set up standards which are truly extraordinary, much beyond what you ever think you can. That's the name of the game, my friend. The name of the game is not what you think is easily done. It's a game which you think, I don't know how I can do it. And now get out into the world. That's the role for me. When yes, Jabba, I got it. It is intriguing. It is not the way we are taught to think. We are taught to think, remain under the radar. Don't do, yeah, okay. I think that's a good one, yeah. And then somebody says, not a good one, yeah. You got a point too, yeah. And you got a point too, yeah. under the radar? How about saying that, hey, listen, how will that make a difference? So again, coming back to your question, that this period has really created, tall, very tall people have fallen. Very tall structures have fallen. This is really the opportunity for the ordinary to really stand out, my friend. Seriously.
Right.
This is the period.
Right. I think, Ashish, while you were talking, you very beautifully took all of us into the world of cinema, into the world of theater, into the world of drama, where all that you said, so many of our members resonated with. We all understand what you say. In most cases, it makes a lot of sense to say, yes, I can apply this to my life. I will not complain.
And
I
it
will
is
take
confronting.
responsibility for
Sahil,
my
it is confronting.
actions. I'll confront my own self. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll confront my own self. And this sounds fantastic, Ashish, on a session like this. The irony is, Monday morning when we go and hit the road, and the rubber hits the road, very, very, call it fortunate, unfortunate, very naturally, we end up playing victim.
Yeah.
We end up asking, why me? We end up saying, why is this person behaving like this? The locus of control moves external. I heard Ashish on Saturday evening. It sounded extraordinary.
Yeah.
I got inspired to behave extraordinary. I slept on a Saturday night. I closed my eyes. I saw Ashish's mobile. I saw his 2 fingers. I saw him moving the mobile. Wow, brilliant. I get back to work on Monday morning. I try and apply some of this. And when I say I'm using the same language
Sure,
like you mentioned. It's you, it's me, it's all
I
of us.
appreciate it, Sahil. Yes.
It becomes difficult. So how do we take these pearls of wisdom and internalize them so that we can make extraordinary a habit?
So first of all, these are not pearls of wisdom. This is an as-lived experience, my friend. Do you want to be a success story or do you want to be a woodpecker? Because I'm a woodpecker. I'm a woodpecker. लगा रहता हूं. Just to share with you, any of the things that I'm sharing with you, I'm continuously in practice of it. I'm a practitioner. I'm a woodpecker. I don't give up. That's the only choice I have. Do you think that I don't feel like a victim? Anybody wants to hazard an answer to that? Do you think I do not feel like a victim? Ask me. Sit with me with a drink and I'll share those things. पता नहीं यार साहिल, पता नहीं मुझे क्यों लगता है. I don't know why यार. I'm not complaining साहिल, पर मुझे पता है कैसा लगता है. मुझे पता ये रोल मुझे मिलना चाहिए था, ये काम मुझे मिलना चाहिए था, ये इधर करना चाहिए था, ये घर में चाहिए था. I have a choice, my friend. I've decided that many years back. Those complaints of mine, I have a choice. Do I want them to live here? Seriously, now it has to be done consciously. I do it consciously. As I
But
said.
आशीष एक बात बताइए.
बिल्कुल बताइए.
और मैं थोड़ा सा और गहराई में जाने वाला हूँ क्योंकि जो आप कह रहे हो, you have actually gone through it, right? We all know. You're going through it. You've gone through it. You're going through it. You'll have more of it. All of us are going through it,
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Imagine, we know how Bollywood is. We've heard a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has been in the news lately, so on and so forth. Take us into the life of an actor. Take us into earning those crores of rupees, being a superstar overnight. Everyone saying, I want to be like him. Not getting a project for the next couple of months for whatever reasons. We won't get into those reasons, but then sitting back home and wondering, am I good enough? Why am I not getting the next assignment?
So I'll share quickly a good one that you asked. Okay, so might as well open up with my
Yes,
friends.
that's what the real story, the unscripted story, Ashish.
Yeah. So I want to take you to a very interesting story. Years back, there used to be this show on BBC called, it used to be called Film, whatever it is. It used to be hosted by somebody called Barry Norman. And he interviewed Sharon Stone after she had done Basic Instinct. And he began the interview with, and he said, so Sharon, after, I think, 11 years and 16 films, something like that, some numbers like that. After 11 years and 16 films, finally you are an overnight success. Everybody just wants to believe everything is overnight, right? Overnight, yeah, overnight aake chamak gaya. Overnight aaya. Arey bhai, over the nights you never saw him. Aaj dikha rahe ho. कितने दिनों तक ये क्या कहते हैं, प्रोड्यूसर्स के ऑफिस के बाहर धक्के खा रहे हो, बारिश में खड़े हो. Very early on I was, months standing outside Nataraj studio waiting to just, किसी का दरवाजा खुले, all that. Ramanand Sagar's office was there, Vidhu Vinod Chopra's office was there, quite a few offices, हम लोग सब वहाँ बैठे रहते हैं. बारिश हो रही है, ऐसे खड़े हुए, किसी तरीके से प्लास्टिक में अपने बायोडेटा और फोटोग्राफ को बचा के रखते. Each photograph 5 rupees. अरे बाप रे, फोटोग्राफ होता था, कोई वीडियो उसको बचा के रखो. बारिश में खड़े हैं, एक दिन ऐसे ही खड़ा हुआ था, पूरा अब कंप्लीटली वेट, कुछ छाता में क्या था पर भीग चुका था, खड़ा हुआ था, जूते बैठते इधर, मतलब फीलिंग वेरी लो एंड डाउन एंड आउट. सब लोग खड़े हुए वहां पे. सडनली आई सी अ गाय whom I know. इन अ सिटी आप किसी को जानते नहीं हो, आप अकेले फील कर रही हो, फीलिंग लेफ्ट आउट. दिल्ली में आपकी माँ बाबा बड़े बहुत प्यार करते हैं, ख्याल करते हैं, आपके आसपास के लोग कहते हैं भाई गुड एक्टर ना, NSD बहुत अच्छे एक्टर. यहाँ पे कुत्ता नहीं पहचानता भाई साहब, बम्बई में खड़े हो आप, हेलो वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम, खड़े हो जाए. वहां पे एक बंदा तुझे दिखता है, आई स्लोली गो टुवर्ड्स हिम. वो देखता है मेरे पास कोई आ रहा है, कोई अजीब सा बंदा आ रहा है, तो वो भी ऐसे खड़ा होता है, वो भी उधर प्रोड्यूसर की, हम लोग सब ऐसे बाहर देख रहे हैं. उसके बाद मैं जाता हूँ, कहता है यार कैसा है तू, मैं जबरदस्ती गीला मैं गीला वो, हम लोग गले मिल लेता हूँ. And I say, how are you, yaar? And he says, ठीक हूँ. And I suddenly noticed that he's not recognizing me. So I said, yaar, we met na there. Where did we meet? We met Mandi House. नहीं. हिंदू कॉलेज नहीं. अच्छा, कहाँ मैं लक्ष्मी नगर करोल बाग में ढूंढ रहा हूँ. तो मैं कह रहा यार हम लोग मिले हैं ना. वो ऐसा उसका चेहरा उतर गया. साहिल वो कहता है आई एम अ न्यूज रीडर ऑन दूरदर्शन. बेचारा वो भी एक्टिंग ट्राई करने आया था. मैं उसको दूरदर्शन में देखा था, मुझे लगा मेरा भाई खड़ा है. नाउ एक्टर्स जो होते हैं ना बॉस, आप ये कोई भी सेलिब्रिटी जिसको आप सेलिब्रिटी कहते हो, बड़े पापड़ बेलता है वो. और पापड़ ऐसे ऐसे बेलता है क्योंकि शुरुआत से ही लोग उसको राइट ऑफ करके चुके हैं. तो हम लोग एक तरह से बड़े लकी हैं. वी स्टार्ट रिटन ऑफ. Some people get written off later. We are written off right in the beginning. And especially, I'll tell you something very important. I never ever forget the hunger and the क्या कहूँ, अल्हड़पन जो एक एक्टर का होता है. जो वैसे ही I still joke with some of my friends. I said you can't, when they joke. I love people cracking jokes at me, and then I'll say, hey listen, मैं चिढ़ इसलिए नहीं रहा क्योंकि you can't insult the insulted. क्या ईगो वीगो की बात कर रहा है. ठीक है ज्यादा तू गधा है, हूँ ना यार, लगा बहुत अच्छा गधा बनूंगा मैं अगर तू मुझे गधा कहता. उल्लू बड़ा कमाल का उल्लू. Version of whatever you want me to say. All right. So the game we always have to get that when you start off as an actor, you don't care for things. All right, you don't care because anyway people don't respect you. But the trouble happens when you're recognized. And now take it out from the conversation of just being an actor to being anybody. Imagine when we are anybody, when we become somebody, our voice changes. और साहिल कैसे हैं आप? राव साहब कैसे हैं आप? बढ़िया चल रहा है भाई. अरे अंकिता बहुत अच्छा बोला, बहुत. अभी ये आवाज बदल गई, क्या हुआ? बंदा somebody हो चुका है ना, लोग उसको पहचानते हैं. That is where the problem starts. And somewhere when we look at film line or a celebrityhood is a very wannabe thing. It could be a cricketer, it could be a film actor, it could be a politician, and guess what? It could be a successful corporate. Everybody wants to be known. That's why you have awards which say Star Awards, this star, this star, this star. सब लोग चाहते हैं कि एक अवार्ड में ऐसी फोटो खींचे. Let's face it. Now, somebody like me who's gone through it, I kind of recognize it when people say, "Fala fala sir, aapko wo picture." I'm the biggest fan. Sir. Yeah, thank you, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Have the ability to acknowledge somebody's acknowledgement, but not take it to your head. One of the reasons is that, when you become a celebrity, people make you a celebrity. They will put you on a kuta and they'll leave you there. You want to go to a restaurant and they'll say, your dhabe, and they say, "Sir, aap idhar kaise? Arre beta, tu ho sakta hai, to main kyun nahi ho sakta?" So it's the continuous need to have a laugh at yourself which allows you to stop taking yourself very seriously. And that is what is the key which is available to anyone who's moving in their personal journey towards extraordinariness. Because as long as I take myself seriously, I will not be able to make mistakes. But if I am really striving towards extraordinariness, it could be at work, it could be in teams, it could be for an organization, it could be my personal journey, then I will fall. Because you are going to do things which are beyond you. इतना कर सकते हैं, अब मुझे इतना और करना है. अब जो इतना और करना है, इसमें फिसले गया. पर अगर आप you're taking yourself seriously, नहीं, जैसे होता है ना एयरपोर्ट में कोई फिसला, suddenly हम देखते हैं भाई किसने देखा ही नहीं, वो nobody saw me, है ना? होता है ना? एयरपोर्ट में जैसे ही फिसलता है कोई, isn't it true, my friends? If you slip in public, you look around, who saw? Isn't it true? And then when somebody says, I hope you aren't hurt. And what do you say? No, it's okay. No, nothing. Right. nothing. You fell down. No, didn't fall down. I just went to pick my briefcase and then I picked up my briefcase with my shoulder. So when you have the ability to say that it's all right for me to slip, that's when you get an actor, my friend. So when I go and share, when I do my programs, one of the things that I share with people are that it's okay to have vulnerabilities because that's part of you. You and I are not without vulnerabilities, my friend. So let's not hide it. Let's not play a game, which is a game of untruth. When you get that you feel pain, when you really get that it is important for me to put food on my table. When you break it down to basics, then you realize that you and I, all of you there and I, we are all equal. We both are professionals. And we have to bring a certain quality to our professionalism. And that's what we get paid for. That's what makes us grow. And the game, I think, when we are talking of empathy, when we are talking of productivity, is to have empathy for yourself. To be kind with yourself first and say, hey, listen, it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to slip. And then be straight with yourself, say, hey, listen, you know what? I think you need support here. Reach out. Because the game is that I have to enhance my game. I have to enhance my capability. I have to continuously augment myself. I cannot live on my past achievements.
Yeah, it's actually okay not to be okay at times. Yeah. So I think, Ashish, you touched upon a very nice aspect, starting from hunger, which drives you to be extraordinary, achieving fame, which is not as much as who you are, but what people make you to be. And then the same very people who make you to be successful are the ones who effectively write you off. But in the process of all of this happening, there is this humility which somewhere seems to disappear.
So,
now,
Sahil,
if we have to explore this paradigm, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Sahil, here's the thing. The first thing is that stop discussing others. Actually, no one else's life actually matters to you. If you just look at it. We make a big deal about, no, I want to find out too. You don't want to find out. You just want to take the eyes off what you are dealing with. So if you notice, this conversation is not a very easy conversation that I'm engaging. It's not a feel-good conversation. अच्छी बात बोली आशीष, बड़ी अच्छी नींद आई. हो सकता है शायद आज रात नींद ना आए. But that's the name of the game, my friend. I love people who are alive and awake. In fact, my session, by the way, I'm really toned down at this moment. But the point of the matter is that consider the only thing that I am actually connected with and concerned with is me. How about now working on the extraordinary? Now, when I look at the world, for me, world is a large field of learning. I look at people and, it's called that, what is the gap that you create with others? You create somebody, wow, super. Now that's a gap that I'll fulfill. Again, it's a hunger, but it doesn't mean you're frustrated. That person has got it because they knew this one. Now I'm discussing. I'm not doing anything about it. How about saying, wow, I like that aspect. I may not like 5 other aspects of that person. Again, here, this is a very, very important part of a team conversation. Imagine recognizing aspects of team members and appreciating aspects of those team members which are phenomenal, so that you are not throwing the baby out along with the bathwater. You say, hey, listen, that point of yours is amazing. Why don't you work on that? And in the meanwhile, take support for the others. So we are ongoingly creating leaders with ourselves and for others. That's the way I could even come into this, this completely new field. To let you know, Sahil, as they first started inviting me, they would invite me to, come and give speeches as an actor. And I would get to, for keynote speeches, which would be right at the end of the day. And I remember, I would, come in at 8:30 in the morning, register, and of course I was a keynote speaker, so they got me registered. And then through the day, I would sit through, sessions after sessions after session. And I was very lucky that I made some very phenomenal friends who are my teachers. I still remember sending notes to Emmanuel David, asking him questions. Emmanuel, I just heard this. What does this mean? What does this mean? Every 2 hours he would check and he would answer, oh, okay. So top HR guys speaking, top these key people speaking, the People Matters symposium I'm attending. I'm speaking there, yes, later in the day about something. But through the day, the opportunity to learn, now that for me is my need. I'm not doing it for others, my friend. In fact, I'll share a very interesting thing that during the earliest of the People Matters conventions that I was attending, I don't know, 2,000 people there, at least 500, 700 people that I would meet say, how come you're here? How come you're here? Right. Valid question. So when I went on stage and I said something, it was interesting. I said, the question is not why I am here. The question that I want you to look at is that which is the place where you think that you cannot belong? I get it that you are saying that probably I don't belong here. How come you're here? But what are the places you say that you don't belong to? Imagine if we as human beings actually discover that there is no place where we cannot belong. That is, what is the limit that you're putting on yourself? And you know what this period has done? This period has done is that it has said that my past profession may not be needed now. Sales? Not needed. कुछ और करना है क्या? ये अभी जरूरत नहीं, कुछ और करना है क्या? कर सकता है क्या? हिम्मत है क्या? It's a very straight question, my friend. All the fixed forms have gotten evolved. So as an actor, one of the things that we kind of do, and I kind of share in my workshops, is the ability for you to be creative. And now what is creative? I may just give you a hint of it. See, life is typically, we say, is I'm doing stuff with what I have. I have this and I'm doing these things with that. Creativity is what all I do with what I have. It's not just I'm doing with what I have. Itna hi hai na, itna hi kar raha hu. Jitna hai, uske saath kya kar raha hai is the question. It's your ability to realign the things which are already there. Imagine this, Sahil. If any one of us here, whichever organization, personally, wherever, the way out of this mess is through this mess. The first few rungs of the ladder out of this place are going to be in this mess. Idhar se nikalne ka hai, bapu. With this team, we have to create an extraordinary one. Therefore, it's not a line. You guys must, at some point just, check out my YouTube channel. It's called ASISH VIDYARTHI Official. On YouTube, you can follow me. It's called ASISH VIDYARTHI Official. And what I do is I do many different kinds of shows, also do with life and simplicity. One of the things that I've been doing is doing some things on quotations. And imagine when you can apply quotations in your life. So let's get creative in finding ways to inspire ourselves. There is too much gossip around which keeps saying that this is not possible, that is not possible. And since it is not possible, therefore I cannot trust you. Because Sahil, we immediately move to this place that we have lack of trust. Other people are working from home. How will they work from home? I'm sure they are doing chori. Of course, definitely chori kar raha hai. Even if you don't find out, you will say, okay, I'm not finding out. Chori zarur kar raha hu. Now for me, this entire period is not a question of, it's a question of in your mind. Somebody is saying that person isn't trustworthy. Somebody is saying that person doesn't trust me. You know something how I function? Just like I told you, I know that you are judging me. I know that you are judging me, but I'm not holding it against you, my friend. Can you be okay with people not trusting you? And can you still give something extraordinary to them? Because that's what I'm committed to in life. Because I cannot control what's happening in your mind, dear friend. I cannot do that. I'm sorry. Can you control how people are thinking? So let's get out. Let's get out of this thing that, look, if they respect me, then I'll give my best now. Let's get out of it. They don't care a damn. You don't care a damn for me right now. Do you care कि आज मेरे को भूख लग रही है, मेरा बुखार है, मेरे को चोट लगी है, कुछ? Do you care? You don't care. You just want me to deliver today. That's it. Yes or yes. Welcome to real life, dear friends. So key part in life is not feeling sorry for yourself. Too long we have felt sorry for ourselves. We create a club, we create a gathering where more people feel sorry for us. Sahil, I understand that. And the Sahil says, Ashish, I understand. Yeah. So we both understand. Rao Sahib, do you understand this? Yeah, Rao Sahib also. Archana Mishra also understands. Ankita also. Everybody, we are all understanding each other. Kya karenge, bhai? We just pulled ourselves down. How about being a place where Sahil says, I don't get it now. We got to deliver any which way. I get it. It's difficult. Let's deliver. Ashish saying, oh, watch karna hai kuch amazing karte hain na. Let's have another conversation. Kuch kya aur design kar sakte hain? Sahil, can you check what is it that will add value to them? That's why these 5 or 6 calls have happened. That's why we do these heavy curation calls, each conversation that we curate for organizations. You know why? Because I want to go deeper. I want to go lateral. I want to go beyond what people thought. That's the line of work. How are we going to value this day? And that's where trust comes in, my friend. That's where trust comes in. That's where you ignite people into believing. That's why I'm saying that this is not a Saturday evening conversation, Sahil Nair. This is a Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. This is the rubber meets the road conversation. Extraordinariness doesn't happen in sleep, my friend. Extraordinariness happens when you fail while trying to be extraordinary in real life. I am saying fail, but fail while committed to be extraordinary. Not living an ordinary life. Yes, that's what I'm inviting to. And that's what I do with, when I'm ongoingly with myself. And just to share with you, this is what I call an uncomfortable conversation. I encourage people to have uncomfortable conversations. Because uncomfortable conversation really pulls you, it doesn't pull you down. What it does, it pulls you up. I feel when people feel sorry for you, nothing can be worse than that. And one of the things that we have to do in organizations is let people know that dunya badi buri hai yaar, pata hai COVID aa gaya, COVID ke wajah government is doing this and pata hai our company could have done more. It's a dukhi conversation mat karo. Usse koi fayda nahi hai. Kuch fayda nahi hai. As you take responsibility for your life, you get the, hey, listen, I have to create value. That's my job. And somebody has right now put you there, and some point can take you out also. Can you do it with grace? I'm telling you something very lucky about being unemployed and being self-employed. Sahil, remember, you asked me how many times you are unemployed. Much before COVID, there have been so many COVID times in all our lives, people who are self-employed. 2 saal raha hai mera, ek pura period, 2 saal, but aise kai periods the. Very recently, 2 years, not a single film. And you know what? You know what you have to deal with if you're an actor? Chahe lift mein baithe ho, restaurant mein baithe ho, koi ghar mein phone karta hai. What, Ashish? No shooting today? I made a video on that. You must check that out. It's again on my YouTube channel, ASISH VIDYARTHI Vision. It says, "Kya baat hai Ashish? Dikhte nahi aajkal." My friends, you won't get that question, but people like us get that question. That's why when we are not able to confront it, we get really upset and we hurt ourselves. Yes, I ask people, be kind to others, but I also tell people, be kind to yourself. Don't let questions hurt you. It's very important for us to confront things. So remember that the future that we create for ourselves is the car that we are driving, we are choosing to drive. And you as the HR fraternity have got this extraordinary role to pave a whole new path ahead at this point, because the apple cart has been upset. It's upset. The apple cart has been upset in ways beyond, but the order has gone. Now is the time to get out and play the big game. The ground is set. Over to you, Sahil. You want to say something?
Great. No, I was just waiting for you to finish. Didn't want to interrupt. I think a lot of points very beautifully put. Let's move ahead to some questions. I said the way you mentioned. Let's see, you have some difficult questions coming up or some easy ones. Archana Mishra, your hand is raised. We're going to unmute you and give you an opportunity to ask your question. Ankita, if you can just unmute Archana.
Sahil, Archana can unmute herself.
Archana, do you have a question or not? I mean, she may have.
Yeah, raise your hand, or either S. NAYAR or Mitra Chakrabarti. Three of y'all have raised your hands.
Or can we unmute everyone now?
Yeah, we can do that as well.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Okay.
I'll remind me at the end, I will talk about gifting us.
Victories. Yeah, small victories. Absolutely.
Sir, I would like to ask one question.
Please.
Sir, I have around 12 years of experience, and sir, until now, I have seen through my entire career, whether it is personal, professional, that hunger keeps on changing. So as Sahil said right in the beginning, that we get to one thing, then we get to
Sorry guys, I'm just going to do one thing. Ankita,
I think
let's pause for a minute to the idea of unmuting everyone now.
Let's mute all and the speaker.
Okay, so what I've done is I've muted everyone because this idea of unmuting everyone is going to be a challenge. I guess that was Manoj, right? Let's just, Kumar Manoj, I'm going to unmute you specifically. Yeah, are you on, Kumar?
Yeah, I am here, Sahil.
Lovely. Sorry, you want to just start, Kumar, once from the beginning because
yeah, sure.
It'll be very nice if you can start right from the top and then we can roll.
Sure. So, Sahil and all the Ashish sir, so I have around 12 years of experience, and in my entire career, whether personal, professional, the hunger keeps on changing. So sometimes it feels little confusing. Okay, what exactly do you want? So if you can just let me know that how can we identify the right hunger, the direction where we need to put in a lot of efforts, so that we can fulfill that thirst in us. Because there can be multiple hungers in a person, or you can say, you mentioned aspirations, a difference between aspiration and hunger. So, so here I am very specific on the hunger part, that the person can have multiple hungers. So how will he or she will be able to identify the right hunger?
So you get confused, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All of you have crossed a busy street in India? Just put up your hand if you have crossed a busy street in India. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Ever been confused by crossing the street? How should you cross? Look right, look left, look right, and then cross. Correct? ऐसे cross कर देंगे आप? Right, left, right, उसका cross. ऐसे करते हैं, ऐसे करते हैं. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, right. ऐसे करते हैं ना? कितनी बार इधर उधर देखते हैं, भाग के जाते हैं, रुकते हैं, मुंडे पे चढ़ते हैं, आगे करते हैं, फिर जाते करते हैं. Yes or yes? Cars can come from right and left, either side, right? Or motorcycle and auto rickshaw can come from anywhere. Have you noticed you're never confused, my friend? Any idea why? Who's going to tell me? Just type it out. Why aren't you confused when crossing the street? You know the destination. Tell me, who's going to get this straight? Who's going to tell the absolute truth? Yeah, who said that? One sec, I just read it. It's a question of life and death. Hello, नाटक नहीं है उसमें कुछ. Confusion is. Can I be straight? Sahil, can I? Rao Sahib, सीधी बात बोल दूं कुछ?
Absolutely.
Okay, sir. ये confusion जो है ना, वो अमीरों की अय्याशी है. सक्सेसफुल लोगों की अय्याशी होती है कंफ्यूजन. जब आप अपने दिमाग से भूखे होते हो ना, भूखे, ये नहीं, इस भूख, कुछ कमाल करना है तो सर ठोकोगे दोस्त. I really tell you, my friend, and I want us to really get, all of us to really get, this is not a comfortable conversation. I want you to get uncomfortable about it. Please get it. Those 5 things that you want to do, pick up 1, pick up 2. You'll understand karna hai ki nahi karna hai. No one will ever tell you, dear friend, whether it is worth it for you or not. You will try, you will fail, or you will succeed. Congratulations, then move on. Jean-Paul Sartre, I love that line of his when he says that the modern man is condemned to be free. कोई बताने नहीं वाला है. What should I be doing? Nobody knows. You do it. Remember, your dreams need to be paid for. And I really want you to go through the eye of the needle. I can tell you 5 steps also. That's not a problem. I will share with you 5 steps. I'm just also telling you this. See, the key part for you to get is that you want to make a difference in where you are. What is your position right now? Wherever you are. You want to make shift wherever you are, career, personal life. Yeah, got it. Okay. Now get this. Now I'll tell you some very, very simple ways. Okay. वो जो पहले बात की बड़ी hard hitting. Okay, that's a larger part. Now I'm coming in. Quickly look outside. Look at what is it the world wants. Be very straight with yourself. The world will very clearly say, I want this, I don't want this. You'll look around. किस चीज की need है world में? Okay? Alright? Seen that? Now look back inside you. 3rd step. Look back inside you. You will see some of your qualities. You will see some of your expertise. Very interestingly, you will see quite a few of those expertise is not matching what the world wants. अभी problem शुरू हो गया. अरे यार क्या करे यार? मेरा जो expertise है, the world is not buying that. Fantastic. Congratulations. Forget about the expertise, my friend.
Hey, now konjana porta adiki va.
Okay? Forget about the expertise. Yeah, we just mute everybody. Joseph. Joseph, you can just
Cleveland, sir.
Mute everybody.
Can we please mute?
So now look outside. One sec. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So now look inside and you will see that you've got certain proficiencies which the world doesn't want. Now just go beneath these. Your expertise is the thing that you cooked. Look at the ingredients. The ingredients are there with you. So when I had to reinvent myself as into first from a theater to a film actor, then film actor to 10 other languages actor, then from that 10 other languages to a motivational speaker and a leadership coach and you know, a creativity consultant. It's the same me. All that I'm doing is that the ingredients that I have, I am cooking different dishes with it. So as I move from one project to another, each project of mine is not the same. It is, again, what is it that this project needs? I cook that up. So break it down into steps, my friend. Really get, and this is something, a line from my guru, Pandit Satyadev Dubey, which I hold very dear. He said, let people be wowed by your magic. You remember its nuts and bolts. It's nuts and bolts. So you've looked out, you've seen yourself, your expertise is not matching, keep it aside, keep those things now, cook a new one. Now, if you're lucky enough, you will discover that you do not know the new things that people are asking from you. And that is where your learning curve begins, your readiness to learn. As I told you that the different languages as I was working, I had to work harder because I didn't know the languages. Just like I came into HR, I did not know what was HR. I did not know what was HR. You heard me right. I did not know what was it. It didn't come from a corporate background at all. You say what? HR nahi pata tha yaar. But that didn't stop me from learning. Taking a lot of online classes, spending a lot of time with people who knew things, just listening to them, asking them questions. This is the very key part. And you know, as you are ready to dive in, as you get that it's a privilege to say, I don't know. You know, this is part of my workshop, and I'm going to share this with you. Very powerful line when you say to yourself, I don't know. And I don't know will allow you to go much beyond what others who are saying I know, but they don't know. But first things first, all this, ये जो मैंने आपको steps में बताया, but first thing you have to get is, भूख अगर है ना boss कूदो. Don't try to get it right. Make it right. And be completely okay when somebody says, तूने try किया, workout नहीं हुआ. बिल्कुल workout नहीं हुआ. इसलिए मैं next पे लगाऊं.
Correct. Great, Ashish. Good answer. Let's move to Ranjit. I think Ranjit has a question. Ranjit, over to you. We'll take one or two more questions, but Ranjit, you put your hand up, so all yours.
Hello, good evening all. Good evening, Ashish sir. How are you?
All the time.
Namaskar. So basically, I want to ask you talking about the uneasy discussion, conversation with the colleague or whatever you feel, so your senior and everything. But I feel there is some disconnect between the employee competencies and which will give the different kind of the part to the employee potential to unfold to the match with the organization goal or departmental goal to perform. So that will sometime the hurdle to the employee productivity and some kind of the sympathy we are talking about here. The topic is basically, so I feel the productivity will hamper if the exact competency will not match with when you have the right talent for your organization.
Correct.
That's my point of view to increase more uneasy conversation. If not fruitful and not matched with your outcome, which is basically the I'm talking about your competency, your organization need, when the right competency will not match up.
Exactly. So Ranjit, the one thing is absolutely clear. What results are you producing, my friend? This conversation is a result conversation.
Correct.
All right. So exactly what I said. What is it that the world wants? What is it that my team wants? What is it that my organization wants? Then I go back to myself, look at what are my qualities. May not be my expertise. Look at my qualities. Am I ready to augment myself? It is not to take it or leave it. No, it is, are you ready to make it? If I cannot make it, then I leave it.
That's correct.
So the point here is that the onus is on me to remain relevant.
So basically, I feel so very strongly. So the productivity part when come out very strongly when you know the organization goal and the vision and the alignment of the employee or anybody in the organization will perfect the thinking. So it's very much important to meet the productivity and outcome of the any discussion and any human potential to unfold.
Right.
My view of
Great,
so I think it's 8:30 now.
Yeah, I was just coming to that. We're on the line. So just one last question has come in the chat, and I think so we touched on that earlier, and then maybe Ashish, you can touch about small victories as we conclude.
Yep.
the one question which came up earlier as well on the chat, as well as this whole concept of being judged, this concept of, as an actor, of course, you've got used to it, you made peace with it, but as normal human beings, not saying that you're not normal, but as normal human beings, how do we really overcome that fear, that anxiety of being judged, of being put on the spotlight, because we're not used to the camera, we're not used to the spotlight? Self-doubt, anxiety, I'm not good enough, am I good enough? Ashish, how do we overcome that? And maybe then you can conclude by sharing your thoughts on small victories for big success.
So, I will never know whether I'm good enough. I will never know. I still don't know whether I'm good enough. I look forward to feedback. Was I good? Was it okay? Did it work? अच्छा ठीक था. Shot देते ही was it okay यार? Assistant director यार, did work? एक और करूँ क्या? हाँ थोड़ा. For me, it's never gone. Can I be okay with that? See, a key part, and I really want you to get this, that it's okay to say that we are normal, that we will face judgment, we can't face judgment. Who said that? Who said that? Do you know, as a kid, आप ऐसे करके जाके कोई ज़्यादा खा लेते, ऐसा मत करो बेटा, लोग क्या कहेंगे? हाँ? उसको पता भी नहीं, बच्चे को पता भी नहीं लोग क्या कहेंगे बोल के कोई चीज होती है. हम लोग शुरुआत में डालना शुरू करते हैं लोग क्या कहेंगे उनके लिए. What will people say? What will people think? Dear friends, as long as you're delivering your stuff, don't really care what people may think, because you don't even know what they will think. So first of all, be free. I have no clue what you're thinking right now. I'm no clue what Padmalaya Mandata is doing while she's talking to somebody else, or Seema Srivastav or Ranjit Singh who's smiling. I don't know what he's thinking. क्या वो हंस रहा है मेरे पे हंस रहा है कि जो और पे हंस रहा है. क्रांति भूषण ने वो ऑफ कर रखा है, हैंड ऊपर रखा है, क्या स्वाति डिडोरे क्या, कुछ नहीं पता मुझे. First of all, forget about ordinary, extraordinary. अपन लोग normal लोग हैं. प्रिया कृष्ण कुछ कह रही हैं, doesn't matter. हो सकता है झूठ बोल रही है, तारीफ करे लेकिन झूठ बोल रही है, मे बी सर, कुछ नहीं मैटर करता. You have to free yourself saying that I don't know. पता है, they were saying this about you. Have the capacity to say, oh really? Okay, got it. चले काम करें. Remember my friends, लोगों के बारे में सोचते रहोगे इस तरीके से, ना लोगों के बारे में सोचना मेरे बारे में क्या कहा उन्होंने, इसके बारे में. If you keep thinking of that, you're just planting seeds of non-action in your life. That's what you're doing. Ask yourself this question: do you want to be a non-action person? You know? None of us wants to be a non-action person. We want to be an action person, dear friend. It's okay. अगर if I call you गधा है तू, क्या होगा यार? गधा बन जाएगा. Lot of people एकदम मेरे चेहरे पे रख के मुझे कहा, yeah, you don't know this. I say yeah, and that's why I try harder. It's okay. It's okay, my friend. They will say things to you. It's okay. Remember, it doesn't matter what they say. They will turn around very soon when it starts working out. Years back, Shami Kapoor sahab ne mujhe kahani batayi thi. I'll end it with this and then I'll tell you that small other thing. He said that, you know, when my career was going down, some people who give pinpricks, they asked a question. They asked, Shami ji, aajkal crowd kidhar hai? Shami ji, where is the crowd nowadays? And Shami ji said, I told him, hai na? आजकल वो आशीर्वाद के बाहर है, which was Rajesh Khanna's house. So remember, all those accolades, all the brickbats will come and go. Your life is more important than that. Stop taking it seriously. Seriously. Stop taking even accolades and stop taking brickbats also seriously. गाली भी seriously मत दो, तुमको भगवान खुदा बना रहा है, उसको भी seriously मत लो. Just be amazing at your job. Amazing. I'm telling you, the name of the game is amazing, and the way to do it, as I was saying, is to gift yourself victories. See, the route is long. It's a long route, my friend.
It's a journey. Life is a journey. During the journey, gift yourself victories. Aaj acha kiya yaar. This was a good thing. Yeah. You did a good session today. अच्छा ये चला था यार कुछ नहीं यार ऐसा मीटिंग में कुछ अच्छा दो अपने को. Gift yourself victory through the day. What I'm sharing right now is a snapshot of the workshops that we do.
Yeah.
But this is one part which I really want each one of us to take away from today. Is that each day in your life, as you deal with hajar things, out of those hajar things, gift yourself 5 victories each day. Today I had a wonderful conversation yaar. Today I had a good meal yaar. Today इतनी प्यास लगी थी, बहुत अच्छा लगा यार. I loved that cold drink. I had a wonderful conversation यार. उससे थोड़ी problem चल रही थी. I made some move. Gift yourself victories, dear friend. Because this victory, you need to nourish yourself. In fact, I made a complete video on that, which will be released in the next 2 days on my YouTube channel, ASISH VIDYARTHI Official.
Right.
And so as I complete this session, Sahil, it's been wonderful chatting with you.
Yes, absolutely. Ashish, as we sign off, there's a small request. अपने अंदाज में आप वो 2 लाइन कह दीजिए. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. Ashish Vidyarthi for you guys. Put your hands together virtually wherever you are as Ashish signs off. We'll obviously have a formal vote of thanks that Ankita will do. I want to thank the HRFI members, Prashant, Prakash, Bismay, everyone. All of you members, HRFI members, for being there. Really, really appreciate being there, each one of you HRFI members. But before you go, let's hear Ashish Vidyarthi with those 2 lines. Ashish, all yours.
तो चलो साहिल जब बोल ही दिया है तो मैं इसको गाकर सुनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है.
कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे. I take this opportunity to thank Rao Sahib for your warmth, real warmth, Rao Sahib. I'm touched by your warmth, touched by the passion which you bring.
Really honored to have you.
Right. I want to thank Sahil. I love your drive, my friend. Trust me, I love your drive, and you will very soon, in the coming months, see Sahil and me together on an interview piece with me. I really want to thank Ankita. बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से आपने किया. I want to thank each one of you at HRFI for the work that you've been doing. I want to thank each one of you members who stayed on, and please, it'll be lovely to hear your feedback on my LinkedIn profile, and you can follow me if you wish on LinkedIn. I keep writing some interesting stuff and thoughts on life, and would love to have you over on my YouTube channel, ASISH VIDYARTHI Official. Sahil, questions really make something interesting. I'll also share something with you. I'm writing a book. It's going to come out soon, and the name of the book is Questions for Real. So I loved your questions, and more power to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Ankita, over to you. Let's do a quick vote of thanks, a formal vote of thanks on behalf of HRFI.
Sure. I'm signed in from Kolkata, Sahil, and I believe the temperature already have increased with the kind of motivation and energy flooding from everywhere, even in our chat boxes. So, sir, first of all, thank you for being the reason that each one of you today reinvented that I, or rather even trying or making the effort to identify that I within us. Thank you so much for that. I think something which is very important takeaway for this session is being into an uncomfortable conversation. I think one of the very important thing which you have touched upon in today's discussion, and also something which I personally take away from today's session, is that the ingredients remain same, and it all depends how we are cooking into different situation the food. So I believe with that, I thank you so much for joining hands in this HRFI journey, sir. We are really, really privileged to have you. Thank you each and every member who participated in today's forum and being part of this journey. This journey is impossible without you all. Sahil, as it is, I believe thank you is a very small word, because we will continue to, pull you into this kind of forums, as you know that you're a family. So thank you very much for wonderfully moderating the show. Obviously, thank you all the committee members who made this thing possible. Thank you. Over to you, Raushab, sir, if you wish to add something.
Yeah, no, sir, really, it's a so highly engaging session, Still nobody wants to leave the session, We wish, we could continue for another 1 hour. But, again, time is a constraint. So somewhere we have to stop the show, So thank you very much, sir, And Sahil, as usual, he's big man, Sir, you must have liked his moderating. He's one of the best moderators I can say, in India. And
Absolutely.
Sessions,
Lovely. Wonderful.
All the times, he is the moderator, for all HRFI sessions.
Wow.
So thank you, Ankita. Sir, just I wanted to introduce our HR managing committee members. Prakash Desai is there. I will just, unmute himself 1 second, because they wanted to, say hi to you. Prakash,